Water, much like people, is a primal force. But with willpower, with intent, it can be exalted for the good of all. Water is scarce in this region of Mbesa, but Binyam and I have been working on a system.
Your ship has returned from its voyage. You reached a new milestone. Ship under attack.
Attention for the Admiral. Fleet, engage.
People celebrate your leadership.
There is tea by the door if you want. Yes, I think I will invite them to the dance. It's dry and dusty here.
Ship constructed.
There's not much water. We'll need a canal to do that.
It moves me to see our system at work. Ours is a culture of growing and nurturing. Water, the key to bringing Mbesa together. Traditionally, shepherds weave their own garments, but they need linseed, and linseed needs water. It is my hope that all young people will in time come to Tabarim to learn these crafts.
There's a land where the mountains are nameless, and the rivers all run God knows where. There's a land where life and love is boundless, and soft-scented honey wafts.
It is high time you learn. I shan't blame you for tending to your wards first.
Hold the crane.
The fire has been vanquished.
There's no storehouse. I didn't expect you back so soon.
As a younger man, I shared the dreams of the shepherd,
New orders.
and to an extent still do. Mbesa must adapt if it is to rise anew.
bit overwhelmed.
Best prevent any risk of fire. Tapestries are unfortunately quite flammable. Mind you ensure your fire station can readily access the channeled water.
It's just not the same if there's no one to sing with.
How they dance and sing. This is a legacy I would hand my people. A land of song and joy. This land you come from, I will.
Your people are miserable.
There is a matter I would discuss with you, pertaining to the Empire at large.
survive the sun. We'll have to find another way to pay.
Brave people these, who will stay the devouring flames. How interesting. Certainly this should help prime you for diplomacy with your rulers. Binyam tells me your lands hold many strange wonders. Would you care to enlighten me? I confess, I had expected greater eccentricity. Perhaps we are not so different after all. A token of appreciation. Mbesa stretches from horizon to horizon. Holding such a dominion is not an easy task, and
I have need of your advice to select an architect for a project I have been mulling over.
seek the heralds of Angareb in the Meridian, and of Kidusi and Itoni and Wahadesha in the Septentrion. Convince them we are better united.
A dear and amiable bunch, but their work is small fry.
There are writings housed in the library of Kidusi and but Kidusi's priests cling stubbornly to a faith long forgotten. Will not join Mbesa until the day I decree their dogma the only truth.
Talented, no doubt, but their experience too specific. Their projects lacking scope.
The library is restricted to servants of the Lord. The texts here are holy scripture, guarded from unsanctioned influence.
Extensive knowledge. Demonstrable skills? Yes. This consortium have concepted the perfect prototype to become the research institute.
Many breeds of cattle roam in Beza, but the Sanga is best known and beloved by all. Not so long ago were the salt mines worked by thralls of the warring princes. I hope now they will stand for something better. Pleasingly chewy, isn't it? It may take a little getting used to for foreigners, as with many of our dishes. The last tiles are inlaid, the drapes. It is not in vain the Almighty sends us dreams. But one mustn't forget the needs of those who live. My people will travel far to tend to their duties. Thus, our food is often whey food, salt-cured.
You reached a new milestone.
once a land. I once desired for Wahadija. The pirates of Angere. They refused to bow to me, or any not of the blood of Selamawi. Wahadesha expects a delivery. A time will come when we confront those who oppose Mbesa. But first, we must tend to those who petition us daily for succor. The pyre is lit. Let leonine flame herald a new age for Mbesa. The ancient baths are sadly rather overgrown. My wife especially is rather keen to see them restored. What can bring a people together better than bathing blissfully together?
Yanehoy! Yanehoy! The gods, they are singing. It is a miracle. A blessing.
Singing goats? Did you drink too much tea? Very well. I shall give you the benefit of the doubt. Tell no one I said so, but I've heard court. So he has finally come, or been sent. It was but a matter of time.
Maintain the position Her Majesty set out in her letter. Use any means at hand to achieve the necessary result. A personal failure would be unacceptable. I swore to myself I'd never return. Swore it. But how? You? And why are you here? Ah, yes, of course. Yes, of course. Her Majesty has no qualms with free traders. But please, no politicking here, for the Crown has a vested interest in Inbeza.
Let it not be said a guest was made to feel unwelcome in Mbesa, regardless of his bearing. Let him settle, so long as it is not on our land. We shall refrain for the time being and observe. And you kept a perfect bleat. But I'm afraid now we really must get back to work. The elders have been clamoring for a place to partake in the holy endeavor. A testament to your stewardship. Elders constitute a devout, opinionated group. Do not underestimate the reach of the moot, their council. A fine scholar was only a matter of time before Mbesa attracted such attention. Now will its true test begin. I am told you know each other.
Cargo stations.
Pray welcome him in my name, and see what wind bears him ashore. Let us not tarry.
So you're the one tasked with weaving our great epic together? A foreigner? Well, any ship in a storm. Well-intentioned, I'm sure, but I spent years studying this exceedingly complicated subject at Harvard College. It is hardly an easy task. The college was nice. It is Harvard, but the people of Vespuccia were indisposed by my chroma.
New orders.
So I left, and more's the loss for them. All good research papers start in a library, preferably a palatial library. The priests will grant you access, perhaps. I hope.
The library is restricted to servants of the Lord. The texts here are holy scripture, guarded from unsanctioned influence. But as you are working on the Chronicles, you may enter if you answer this riddle. On quiet meres I lay, never sinking. Yet dipped in water, I am fit for drinking.
Let us not tarry then.
The library is restricted to servants of the Lord. The texts here are holy scripture, guarded from unsanctioned influence.
Cargo boat at the ready.
What brings you? I would welcome you better, but even the patient Jat has deserted our
stations.
island. Wahadesha is old. Some of its beauty yet survives. Follow Abel. He will show you.
Your people are rioting.
Ah, a familiar face. Splendid. Come now, take me to this Katima. We have much to discuss.
Cargo boat at the
He
ready.
should know of me already. I wrote often enough. But communications in this land seem haphazard.
A meeting? Very well. Although I fear I know the outcome, let us nonetheless be civil and prepare a banquet.
The whole of Wahadesha stretches from here, land and law. Ask your question, Shema, and I will answer.
Olio
Sipar
reporting
Itan
in.
has stood mysterious for millennia. Our river temple, old as Mbesa. The Waha water is impure. Long ago, there was beauty here, but now it is dust solid and scorpion touched.
No banquet hall is complete if not suitably tapestried. There must be dishes aplenty. Let Sir Blake know the bounty of Mbesa.
Strangers built this camp long ago.
Workforce shortage. The strike has ended.
Wise to take time to learn the nuances.
Can the following problem be solved? We must not rest on our laurels. Failure is always the most likely outcome.
When the sun first rose, the gods blessed the island soil. On that land grew Isiates, eldest and tallest, the memory tree.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Just give me a minute to put my tools in order.
These colorful fields could be... dry and dusty.
New orders? Room to maneuver.
Perhaps you had forgotten?
Floods no longer grace the Waha. Salt beds pile as the water dries up. As soon will we, like our fathers. 'Tis time for guard duty by the Mecha, where Lord Ketema's provisions are stored. I leave you harbor bound.
On our way.
Our people know much. Talk to them and learn. If dismayed by our speech, come find me.
Cargo boat at the ready. Begin the turn. Hold the crane.
The waters of my patience are running dry.
A shedjet, a water well. Time clogged and lily logged, but hope for water still. There was fighting here long ago. Kashtan forces fled, bloodied by Ketema's host. Now only ruins, memory haunted.
The waters of my patience are running dry.
Cargo stations. Aye. On our way.
The Masinko is a bit out of tune, but it is...
The library is restricted to servants of the Lord. The texts here are holy scripture, guarded from unsanctioned influence.
My son warns me you've a knack for battle. So, water below, you say? Then we must bring it forth at once.
Hold the crane.
Let us not tarry then. Change must come to Wahadesha. My patience and charity grow thin. They will adapt or be abandoned.
Room to maneuver. Cargo stations.
This is Wahadesha? Barely had the shed yet been found, then Ketema said... The land is no longer used to water. It needs Isiads to ward the threat of the Wak, a water curse. The Isiads of the Wasi died long ago,
Olio reporting
but
in.
there may be some on other islands, by deep waters and cool waters.
New orders.
Isiads, you say? What is strange dialect? Trees, I believe. This was found by the shore behind the library. Take as many as you wish.
Olio reporting in. Bring her around.
I'd hoped you'd see things from our side. So what shall it be? We are close to clearing the last of the rubble. Now comes the time to plant the Isiate trees for water holding.
Cargo stations.
A desert hut no longer. Water flows, life bathing, and tempest quiet. A miracle.
You have done much in little time. With water, Waha can surely now manage for themselves.
How we celebrate, the Wasi of Pa Itaru must be repaired. It is thus forlorn and poorly. I wouldn't mind an
Festivals, more expenses. Time we made higher plans for Wahadesha.